Hold on to your boxing gloves, folks, because we're diving into one of the biggest scandals in the history of boxing. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Two of the most polarizing names in the sport are under fire and the accusations. Oh, they are juicier than a championship belt at stake. A leaked script, fan outrage, and lawsuits. This story has everything. So was the fight fake? Did Jake Paul and Mike Tyson just scam millions of fans? Let's break it down punch by punch and find out the truth. It's also been reported that Jake Paul has been arrested due to the magnitude of this situation. The fact that hundreds of millions of people watched an alleged rigged event, which now puts boxing as a sport under the spotlight, which could have a detrimental effect moving forward. It was supposed to be the fight of the decade. Jake Paul, the social media sensation turned boxer, squaring off against Mike Tyson, a legend whose punches could still make grown men cry. Fans waited 6 months for this iconic showdown. And what did they get? Allegations of a scripted fight. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was leaked hours before the fight happened. Let me explain. Obviously, with it being Jake Paul, a lot of people expected the fight to be rigged, basically to ensure that Jake wins. So this coming out literal hours before the fight didn't help at all, and it's very detailed. I'll move out the way so you can pause it and have a read. But as you can see, this is the entire script. Obviously, since this came out, a lot of people have been talking about it, but now after the fight happened, I think it's very fair to say that this wasn't real. Like, the first round is more or less true. So in the first round we did get glimpses of old Mike Tyson, and then it just kind of died down. Second round was probably also Tyson's round, which is basically what's implied in the script. Then Jake Paul just got confidence after the second round, which is exactly what it says in round 3. Bear in mind, in round 4 they said that a cut would appear on Tyson's left eye. I don't know how you can script a cut. It's like WWE or something, which this is very far from. And then obviously the fact that it only goes to 5 rounds as well. This fight was 8 rounds and it went the distance. Just doesn't make sense for this to be a real script for the fight. People are obviously just trying to stir the pot. And I mean, to be fair,
be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. By doing this, you will never miss out on any future videos from the combat sports world. Yeah, you heard that right. Scripted, not planned strategy. Scripted. We're talking WWE level choreographed, round by round scripted. And trust me, the fans are not having it. So here's where things get wild. Just days after the fight, a supposed leaked script hit the internet, and it's as detailed as it gets. Round 1. Tyson starts strong with his old school bob and weave moves. Round 2. Jake Paul takes control, showing off his youth and energy. Round 3. Tyson gets stunned by a punch that looked more staged than an amateur theater performance, and by the end, both fighters cash in. Tyson walks away with $20 million. Jake Paul pockets a cool $40 million, and fans are left wondering if they just paid for a bad Hollywood movie. Let me tell you, when this hit social media, it exploded faster than a Tyson uppercut. Fans were mad. Where's my refund? Did I just pay to watch a soap opera? Jake Paul and Mike Tyson ruined boxing, and the hashtags #scriptgate and #fakefight people were ready to riot. That's most of boxing for you nowadays. It's all for the money. There's a lot of money to be made fixing fights. Paul is expecting $40 million off this fight, while Tyson is expecting $20 million. I know I'd take an extra $20 million to hit the mat. They better be paying Mike many millions to put Jake Paul over. That's crazy. It was definitely rigged. And can you blame them? Tickets sold out, pay-per-view, a massive hit. Bets? Oh, don't even get me started. People lost serious cash betting on what they thought was a legit fight. Now lawsuits are piling up faster than Jake Paul's TikTok followers. Let's rewind and break this fight down, shall we? Round 1. Mike Tyson comes out swinging, or should I say pretending to swing. His punches had the speed of dial-up internet. Jake Paul, on the other hand, was hopping around like he was in a TikTok dance. Off suspicious. Oh, we're just getting started. Round 2 rolls in, and Tyson lands a thunderous left hook. The crowd goes wild for about 5 seconds. Then everyone realizes, wait a minute, Tyson looks like he's boxing in slow motion. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is bouncing around like a kid who's had too much sugar, and here's the kicker. By round 3, Jake lands a decent punch that stuns Tyson, but let's be real, it looked more like a high school play than a heavyweight boxing match. Tyson's trademark moves gone. Jake Paul strutting like he just knocked out Muhammad Ali's ghost is embarrassing. It doesn't even cover it a few days ago. Jake Paul's manager, Nikisa, responded to all the claims that the fight was rigged and evidently didn't seem too pleased, to say the least.
In terms of this fight specifically, I will say the following. It was sanctioned by the Athletic Commission, number one. Number two, our partners was Netflix, who's the biggest media company in America and is a public entity. Number three, there was professional sports betting on the event. So if you were to rig such competition, it is a federal crime. And myself, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, executives from Netflix would all be going to jail, and they would be risking their entire company, and we would be risking our entire lives to do that. It is preposterous that people even suggest that this was in any way anything other than a professional fight.
Before we go any further into the Your Thoughts video, what are your guys' honest thoughts on this situation? Do you believe the fight was rigged like fans are claiming? Or are people just upset? Mike Tyson didn't look as good as we all thought, and the fact he didn't knock Jake Paul out, comments down below. Let's talk money, because that's where things really heat up. Jake Paul walked away with $40 million. Mike Tyson had a whopping $20 million payday, and the fans were left with empty wallets and even emptier hearts. Tickets were sold out. Pay-per-view was a cash cow, but the biggest losers were the bettors. People placed millions in bets on this fight, and now they are crying foul, saying the whole thing was rigged from the start, and now lawsuits are flying in faster than Jake Paul's social media posts. Fans are accusing the fighters of false advertising, claiming they paid for a real boxing match, not a scripted spectacle. Some are even calling it fraud at its finest. Harsh, but is it true? Social media went absolutely wild over these memes. Rants, conspiracy theories, you name it. One user wrote this fight was faker than reality TV. Another said Jake Paul and Mike Tyson just ruined boxing for good. And my personal favorite, even WWE fans are laughing at this. And let's not forget about the fighters themselves. Mike Tyson, an icon, a legend, is now being accused of tarnishing his legacy for a payday. Jake Paul, already a controversial figure, has fans accusing him of caring more about his bank account than the integrity of the sport. But amidst the chaos, some are defending the fight. They are saying, hey, this is entertainment. If you wanted real boxing, go watch an amateur league. And honestly, they might have a point. So where do we go from here? The lawsuits will play out, and the truth about that alleged script may or may not come to light. But one thing's for sure, this scandal has changed boxing forever. Will fans forgive Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? Will boxing recover its credibility? Or is this the beginning of the end for celebrity fights? Only time will tell, but one thing's certain, fans will think twice before buying into the hype again. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to Fight Fury for future videos from the combat sports world and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.